Hey y'all, this is Kim with Creative Escapades. Welcome to my channel and thank you for joining me today. Let's jump right into our video and see what we can create. My project today is working on these glass Christmas ornaments, and I'm going to be adding glitter to the inside of the ornaments using the MinWax Polyacrylic varnish. So I think I'm going to use this cup right here to pour it in there. I think it will work okay. Don't think I have to have a spout. The openings on the ornaments are wide enough. I think it will work. And the color of glitter that I'm going to be using, kind of traditional Christmas colors. Got red and gold, and then I have a green that has a little bit of gold mixed in it. And then I have this purple, but I don't think I'm going to use it right now. And then I also have some champagne silver. So just putting a little bit into the cup and then pouring some of that into each of the ornaments, draining it back out into my cup after I have swirled it around. And then I'm setting it upside down to let any drips that remains to pour into the cup, which after pouring it back into my pouring cup, there wasn't very many drips, so I had very little waste in the of the polyacrylic varnish. Starting with the red, and I'm doing the same thing, just taking the glitter and adding it, pouring it into the ornaments, and then swirling them, pouring the loose glitter back into its cup. And I did speed the video up so you wouldn't have to sit and watch me do each and every one of these. It is so easy to do these, and it takes so little of the MinWax inside the glass bulb, and as long as you're using a fine glitter, one coat in there is fine. Later in this video I'm going to do another set of 12, and I'm using a different chunky glitter, and I'll show you how to do that. Now right here I ran into an issue where there was a piece of glass, very fine, you can just barely see it, that goes all the way across from one side of the opening to the other. And so I'm just very carefully using my X-Acto knife to apply just a little bit of pressure at each edge and then remove that piece of glass. You have to be very careful so that you don't apply too much pressure and break the neck of the ornament. Then I just used my X-Acto knife to trim off any sharp points that was left. So these are looking so nice. Here's another one that has that little piece of glass. Just trim it out very carefully, and then you can move on. Now this here is the champagne silver, and it has a little bit of a bronze look to it, but not enough to really say that it's bronze. It's a very lovely color. And I have tried several different methods of decorating Christmas bulbs or ornaments, and I've poured resin on them, I've done acrylic pours on them, and everything you can think of, and by far this was the easiest. So if you're thinking that you'd like to do your own, this would be my suggestion, because it was so easy. And you don't have to go with traditional colors with glitter. you have so many options, colors and chunky and yeah, fine and extra fine, and then there's the pixie dust, I think is what they call it. It's a super fine, just a glittery, shimmery more than glittery. But and you see, I have not added any more MinWax to my cup to do these. Now when I start the next 12, I did add a little bit to my cup. And the colors that I'm going to be using is this chunky blue, and this is where I'm going to show you how it works. I've got bubblegum pink, and this is a kind of a chunky purple, only it's more kind of hex shape. And then I have this from Michaels. This is some of that spinet glitter, and you use they have it for the tumblers, but it's kind of a fine and chunky medium mixed together. So it worked out pretty good. The blue, I ended up having to add some fine blue in with the chunky blue to make sure that I had full coverage all the way on the inside, because you could kind of see where the chunky glitter did not completely cover the inside. So this one here is another one that has the little piece of glass. You just run into that every once in a while. So this one right here, I'm using, this is white, the very fine and the medium chunk mixed together. And I didn't like the way that it wasn't fine enough, so I had some extra fine, and I added that as well, so I get a much better coverage, and they turned out really nice. Now this is the purple, and although it is kind of chunky, maybe because of the cut of it, I did not have to add anything to those. But this blue was a little bit bigger, and so I did add this extra fine here. Mixed it in, and then I got great coverage. And then this bubblegum pink, oh my word. This one right here is just gorgeous. Look at that. Is that not cool? So these aren't the traditional Christmas colors, but in my house, I don't really go with the traditional reds and greens and a whole lot of golds. I have all these colors here, plus turquoise, and just every different color that you can imagine goes on my tree. So I think there'll probably be some other people that's similar to me that likes that big bold splash of color that is a step away from the traditional Christmas colors. So just continuing to roll the MinWax in there, let them drain for a few minutes. And the draining part of it, as you saw, I did them in sets of 4, and that was probably less than 5 minutes. And then I would take the very first one that I started out with, that set of 4, to add the glitter to while the others continue to drain. You don't want to have a lot of residue of the MinWax in there, because it could pool in the bottom of your ornament, and then maybe cause some of your others to run and then streak your glitter. So just the time that it took me to pour the MinWax into all 4 of them and then let them drain was more than enough time. And it's so easy to do this. You just spin it and drain it. Another one with a little bit of glass. And then once I have these, I'm going to let them set and cure for a few days after I get them all done. Then I'm going to come back and probably embellish the outside. I'm not sure yet what I want to do. I have some ideas floating in my head. But once I get it done, I'll be posting that video of how I embellish the outsides. This is a white one, and I think I have one more pink one to do. And that will be all of these. And some people like to put the glitter in there and then put their finger over the opening and shake it, but I would get the MinWax on my glove, and then the glitter would stick to my glove, and then I'd have glitter all over the outside of them. So it was just easier for me to pour the glitter into the bulb and then just roll it around like I did with the MinWax, and then allow the glitter to coat it and roll right out back into the cup. And then I had very, very little glitter. What little bit of glitter I did have was from me being a little bit sloppy, which, as you know, with glitter, it's not too hard to get it everywhere. So I even have it on pieces that I didn't intend for glitter to be on, but that's just the way it works sometimes. So that's the last one, and it needed just a little bit more. I had pretty much ran out of the MinWax, so I thought I better do another coat of the glitter in there. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please click like and share. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do so. You'll get notified when I upload future videos. And if you want to watch the follow-up to this one when I embellish it, be sure to ring that bell. So I want to thank you for joining me.